How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the LAIR. And today we're going to be having some fun with some artifacts and my boy Tezzeret. I call this one Sparkhunter. Getting into it onto the 2-drops. We're skipping the 1-drops, unfortunately. I have the full play set of Golden Egg. When it enters the battlefield, we draw a card. We can activate its first ability, sacrifice Golden Egg, and add 1 mana of any color. We can activate the second ability, sacrifice Golden Egg, and gain life, 3 life. Full play set of Guild Globe. When it enters the battlefield, we draw a card, and we can sacrifice it later on, activate its ability, add 2 mana of different color. Full play set of Mind Stone comes into play. We can tap it for 1 colorless mana, and we can activate its ability later on and sacrifice it and draw a card. Onto the 3-drops, I have the full play set of Palladium Myr, or Myr. It's a 2/2, and we can tap it and add 2 colorless mana. 3 copies of Sparkhunter Masticore. He's a 3/4. As an additional cost to cast this spell, we have to discard a card. He has protection from Planeswalkers, and we can activate his first ability, does 1 damage to target Planeswalker, and then we can activate his second ability and give him indestructible until the end of turn. Onto the 4-drops, I have 3 copies of Jhoira's Familiar. It's a 2/2 with flying, and historic spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. And then we have 2 copies of Mystic Forge. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast artifact spells and colorless spells from the top of your library. And then we can tap and pay 1 life, exile the top card of your library. On to the top end, we're running 3 copies of Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge. He comes in at 5 loyalty. His static ability says creature and planeswalker spells you cast have affinity for artifacts. His +2 ability is Tezzeret deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of artifacts you control. You gain X life. His -3 says return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. And then his -8 says exile the top 10 cards of your library and put all artifact cards from among them onto the battlefield. Running 3 copies of Ugin, the Ineffable. He comes in at 4 loyalty. His static ability says colorless spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. His +1 ability says exile the top card of your library face down and look at it. We create a 2/2 colorless spirit creature token, and then when that token leaves the battlefield, put the exiled card into your hand. And then his -3 says destroy target permanent that's 1 or more colors. 1 copy of Workshop Elders. They're a 4/4. It says artifact creatures you control have flying, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may have target non-creature artifact you control become a 0/0 artifact creature. If you do, put 4 1/1 counters on it. And then 2 copies of Ugin, the Spirit Dragon. He comes in at 7 loyalty. His +2 says he deals 3 damage to any target. His -X, exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less, that's 1 or more colors. And then his -10, you gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, and then put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. And then we have Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. He's a 10/10 indestructible. When you cast this spell, exile 2 target permanents, and then whenever Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger attacks, defending player exiles the top 20 cards of their library. So basically what this deck is trying to do is we're trying to ramp and draw into our top end cards as fast as possible. And then if we have a bunch of these, 2-drop artifacts down, we can turn them later into 4/4 flyers, which is nice. If we draw a Workshop Elder, Mystic Forge helps us dig through our deck. Sparkhunter is just great against Planeswalkers in general. Tezzeret can help stabilize us with our life gain. Ugin creates 2/2 colorless bodies, so we can have them out on the battlefield and board wipe with Ugin, and all of our stuff stays except for Tezzeret or the Workshop Elders, but we can play around that if we need to. Ugin can end the game on his own, and then of course Ulamog can end the game as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the deck. Let's get into the mana base I chose. I have 2 Castle Vantress, 7 Islands, 2 Castle Locthwain, 6 Swamps, 4 Drowned Catacombs, and 4 Watery Graves. We have a 4.1 converted mana cost, running 13 creatures, 24 artifacts, 8 planeswalkers, and 25 lands. And as always, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Also, feel free to drop me a comment, talk about strategy, deck ideas, misplays. I read the comments daily. And lastly, if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. DREMORIAN'S LAIR, if you're watching me on Twitch, you'll have to search for it on YouTube. And if you're watching me on YouTube, I stream on Twitch often. DREMORIAN, DREMORIAN. And thanks for watching, guys. So let's hop into some games, see how we do. Right at 4, right? Alright, so we'll just do regular play then. King 2-3-7-1. Alright. So our opening hand, we have a nice 3-lander here. Guild Globe for some card draw. Palladium helps us ramp a little bit. Jhoira makes it cheaper. And we have an Ulamog, so we have a payoff card. Let's keep it. Lead off with the Swamp. A Lilliput Tower. Oh, that was a mess up there. That was definitely a mess up there. I think we'll play the Jhoira first. See if he has any type of removal in his hand. This is Timor Elementals. Why is he running Chromatic Land? 5 color elementals? 4 color? Alright. So we want to get rid of this guy as soon as possible. Play our Palladium Myr. Attack. I think next turn we can cast Ulamog.
Pyromancer extraordinaire. Don't worry, I brought company.
Oh, that's a cool combo with Overgrown Elemental. So let's play Tezzeret.
You're not impressed.
Pay 2 here, get the Mystic Forge out. Okay.
This is just the beginning.
Ugh. My bad. Zoned out there. Field of the Dead. Okay.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
So let's block here. He takes 6, so Tezzeret is still alive. We don't lose our familiar.
You'll have to do better than that.
Okay, so let's cast Ulamog. Let's hit this and this. Cool. And we just plus off the Tezzeret.
That is the
Okay.
sound of your demise.
And now let's just start pinging down this Chandra here.
Don't worry. I brought company.
Focus to the royal. So he's gonna go for Tezzeret. Cool.
You will pay for this.
Okay. Block you. Block you.
I take what I need. This should strike fear into you.
I'm burnt out.
At this point, I don't care if he goes for. Okay, there's Golos. For Field of the Dead. Pretty cool deck, though. Would love to draw an Ugin. Yeah, there's no sense in saving him.
Enjoy the illusion of victory.
back out there. Let's exile you and you. Surely he has another blink of an eye. Fairy's Time Twist. Okay, so he's running multiple. Return exile. Target permanent return. Tricky. And he had a blink of the eye. So you control. Resolve.
Hide from the world any longer. Time is much more valuable than people.
Six, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 19 damage. Oof. I mean, I think we're dead, right? Yeah. Cry every time. Alright. Do another one here.
You win?
No.
He doesn't like lucky people.
That was a crazy deck too. He was running. He must have had 8 bounce spells, but he seemed like he was running a good amount of creatures too, and he had Teferi in there. I don't know. He had a lot of shit going on. Anyways, so we have a 2-lander here. I have Guild Globe, Mindstone. I guess we could keep this. Lead off with the Watery Grave. Okay. Sparkhunter, surely. Tezzeret, okay. Okay. top. Just your supplier. So let's golden egg. Limestone. Field glow. So now next turn we can play our Sparkhunter. Or do we play Tezzeret? Let's play Tezzeret. Let's see if he has whatever movement he has here.
My artifacts give you strength. I came into being for your kind. Ether itself.
Whoa, beautiful. It's gonna be real nice. It's gonna be real nice. Okay, he's eyeballing my planeswalkers here. This is the card I really want right here. Discovery. Draw a card. What are you unburial writing? What a weird deck. I think you're dead, buddy. Lock. So now we can give him indestructible if he decides to try and destroy us. I'm not really too concerned about losing the Workshop Elder. It is what it is. Okay, so there you go. Got him. Yeah, I'm not sure. He was like running Teferi and all this surveil, but I didn't see any creatures really, or at least threatening creatures. Must have gotten unlucky. I'll take it though. Let's hop into another one. Laxillos. Okay, so we have a 3-lander here. We have Sparkhunter, Mystic Forge, Ugin, and both Ugins. I mean, do we keep this? I guess we keep it, right? I think we'll lead off with the island. Favorite passage. Island, okay. I think we dropped the Drowned Catacomb. Could be enchantment-based removal here. So in that case, even if we could get him indestructible, it really wouldn't make a difference. No, this is just fine. This is fine. Please. By all means. We gotta get this Mystic Forge out here. Alright, I like that. Paradise Druid. And, okay. So let's do Guild Globe. Hopefully we draw into... That's not it. Jesus. I bet this guy's just shit himself here. Maybe a N-Rays Forerunner? Shit, it could be anything. Next turn. Oh god. So, got infinite mana now. 79. This guy's gonna deck himself. So that's all we were waiting for. Jesus Christ. Alright, I could have killed him if I had one more turn, but that Ugin was gonna fuck his day up. Alright everyone, that's all I've got for you today. I will be posting a deck list in the description of the video today. If you're new to the channel, you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Drop me a comment. And if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.